Checking.
Hello.
We're back. Episode 3, everybody.
In theaters near you. And we've got a great one for you today.
Sorry, I'm just vibing with the music at this point.
No, don't worry. Me too.
Guys, so this is the Oscars after party.
Yes, it is.
Welcome. I'm
happy
Keeley,
you're here.
as
and
always,
I'm Michael.
and we are in theaters near you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today's a little bit of a special episode.
Yes.
So if you've been following us, we've been doing a movie in theaters every week, and we review it. But we thought we had to do something special because the Oscars were just last night.
Yes.
And so we have something very special for you guys in 3, 2, 1. Our crew!
Hi.
Our crew is mic'd up this time.
And they will be joining us for the Oscars after party, where we talk everything from performances, awards, snubs, and just the show in general.
Yeah, do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
I can go first. Hi, I don't know where to look. Hi, I'm Jessica, and I'm the audio lead for In Theaters Near You.
Woo! Hi everyone, I'm Millie, and I'm the switcher for In Theaters Near You.
Yay!
And I'm Paige, and I am the producer of In Theaters Near You.
Oh my gosh.
Yay.
Our cute little crew.
Yes, they make everything happen around here.
Yeah. We had a great time watching the Oscars, did we not?
Oh, yeah, no, it was great. It was probably, I don't know, I feel like it was one of the better years for the Oscars that I've seen
Yeah.
recently. Like, I don't know, I think everything went smoothly. No mishaps.
No, there were no mishaps. Like, it didn't seem like super offensive
yeah,
either. I was very worried, like, it was going to be tongue-in-cheek, but...
Mm-hmm. It went over super well. Like, I don't think there was anything that you could really just be like...
Like, there were upsets, but...
Yeah, but nothing, like, super controversial happening.
Yeah, like, no slaps.
Yeah, no one got slapped in the face.
No, like, interrupting people's speeches. So, that's good.
Yeah.
We had Jimmy Kimmel hosting.
Yes.
He was a pretty good host.
He was decent. I mean, with hosts, I feel like... I don't know. Is there ever, like, a host that you're like, wow...
No.
That was like I feel like
Never.
He didn't make any enemies that night. Like he didn't, which is good.
that's
We don't need enemies, do we?
No, we don't.
No, I think
And we really
that's
don't need to be that
totally
way.
fine. Totally chill.
Yeah.
And
Anyways.
I didn't even know Jimmy Kimmel hosted it either.
Yes, well, Jess
I
had
didn't
other things
watch.
to
I
do.
didn't watch, but
But truthfully, she had better things to do.
yeah, but like I heard really good things like from you guys
yeah.
about it.
I think like the general public, at least, like they liked him. Like he's
Yeah.
getting like good reviews from the press, at least.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's because he was like, I don't know, like I thought he was fine, and some of his like little bits were good, like
Yeah.
the John Cena one.
Yeah.
So
The John Cena one.
yeah, but yeah, he was good. It wasn't he performed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did
Yeah.
the
I all
job.
know the John Cena.
Yeah,
one.
definitely.
It says a lot about, I feel like, the state of society when a host is merely, like, decent and we're all, like, applauding him for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't want like a repeat of like some of the award show hosting
Yeah.
that
No.
like recently occurred.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
like hosting a show is like such a big deal because a lot of the times I feel like with award shows the host gets so much backlash because like people are like, oh, like they did such a bad job, and like it's always a whole big thing. So I feel like he really delivered this time.
it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It is a lot of
Definitely.
pressure.
Yeah.
But I don't
It
think
is.
this was his first rodeo though,
No,
right?
he's done the Oscars, like, a lot of times before. I think
Yeah.
someone was saying 16 of the
They were-
Oscars.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were like, let's
Yeah.
play it safe, bring back a
done
familiar
it,
face.
Because
Bring
for a
back
while the
Guillermo. Bring back
Oscars.
Guillermo.
Yeah.
We love
Oh, yeah.
Guillermo. That was probably...
He hosted the Oscars?
No, Guillermo just, like, made a cameo, you know, like his
Oh,
assistant
yeah,
on,
yeah, yeah.
on the Jimmy Kimmel show.
Yeah.
What else do we have for our general topics? John Cena naked.
Oh yeah.
John Cena.
Oh yeah.
John Cena.
That was
yeah.
interesting.
We've got lots of the award snubs and controversies of the night because there was no, like, I don't know, I guess, like, pop culture controversies, but there were a few
There were
award
some snubs.
recipients that
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
People got a
I got
little
some heat
angry,
with that.
me
I got-
included.
Yeah, Paige,
I have
Paige is gonna have a lot.
I have some deep-rooted heat
Me included.
in the
Yeah.
snubs that occurred this year.
You guys aren't ready.
Yeah,
Paige is
It's
gonna
about
go
to be
off.
wild. It's
She's
gonna be
gonna
so
go off.
wild.
she's gonna go
like-
off. But we've all got our opinions.
Yeah.
Do we want to go around the room and talk about our favorite Oscars look before we move on to who won?
Yes,
the Oscars?
yes.
Okay. I know this is off the cuff. We didn't have this prepared, but I think it's a really good idea.
I think it's great.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I missed a lot of the red carpet, but I do. Okay, shout out Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah.
Not only did she announce her pregnancy, she also looked great doing it.
Yeah.
She hosted the award show. It was great. But I'm gonna say Coleman Domingo. I feel
Okay.
like all awards season, he's pulled up in some pretty cool suits. I don't know. I feel like with award shows, the guys just kind of put on a black suit and call it a day. So I really appreciate that Coleman like puts a little bit more effort into it. That they're very stylish, very great. Accessories are great. So I'm gonna go with my man Coleman on this one.
Okay.
That's cool. Okay.
Respect.
Gotcha. I think mine, I don't know, I didn't really have a lot of time to analyze the looks super well, but one that made me gasp when she came on screen was Miss America Ferrera.
Oh my god, yes.
In her
That's
pink
who I was gonna
sequin
say,
Barbie
yeah.
dress.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not always the biggest fan of like frilly pink, but it was so well done, and her designer, and it fit her body so nicely. It was just
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like flattering and gorgeous, and her hair, her little bob,
Yeah.
so good. She was
100%.
giving that night. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
no,
my
her
god.
look was
gorgeous.
really, really good. I was gonna say the same thing. Like, just
You and
again,
I, girl.
like,
Yeah.
you know what's up, because pink, frilly, girly. I feel like it was overall like the general theme
Yeah.
of the Oscars this year, especially because of Barbie and everything. But it's such a hard look to pull off, I feel, and she did it
Yes.
so well. Because again, like you said, like the dress flattered her. And it didn't look unnatural on her. And
Yeah.
like the cut line of like the top.
Gorgeous.
She looked ready to win an award.
Yeah. Oh, she was ready.
Like
She was there and
yeah,
ready.
she was ready. No, my favorite look was actually the one who took the award that she was there for. Davine, her blue dress was absolutely
Yeah.
gorgeous. I'm gonna talk more about her later because we can't talk about the Oscars without talking about Davine. Like this. Oh, I can't even, like, I don't want to spoil anything. But focusing on the dress, she wore this gorgeous blue, like, almost ball gown. Like, she just looked like this beautiful Cinderella princess. Like, I was
Yeah.
I couldn't stop.
Yeah.
Every time she was on the camera, like, she just looked so gorgeous. And with, like, her blonde hair and, like, I couldn't stop talking about her. There was a lot of blue dresses. Like, that light
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was big this year.
Trendy, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my look that I think I love the most, and I have like been searching for her name, I swear for the last 24 hours, was the little girl that was up on stage with the laptop.
Oh, yes.
The documentary short. I could not find her name anywhere. I don't know what her name is, but she was like 12 years old, and she had the cutest little blue dress on that I have
So
ever
blue.
seen.
Yeah.
She was just the cutest, and I love that she accepted the Oscar with them because
Yeah.
it was the cutest moment, and I need to watch this documentary short now because I'm like, oh my goodness, like I need to see what this is.
I
because I've
know.
heard so many good things
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we all feel the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our introduction. Let's go ahead and start with the film that wins Best Picture, which is none other than My Eyes See Oppenheimer.
I spy Oppenheimer.
Fine, we'll talk about this. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to show you the actual visual of Oppenheimer winning Best Picture, just like the celebs going up on stage. We're not going to show the speech because it was really long, but
Yes.
Yes.
you guys enjoy.
Oh, it's loading. Okay.
That's okay.
Al Pacino. He's there.
We have a lot to say about Al.
This is definitely more climactic than the actual Best Picture announcement was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
for
it
sure.
was it was so much more interesting.
Yeah.
That he just like came up on stage.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
Here we go.
And I have to go to the envelope for that. And I will. Here it comes. And my eyes see Oppenheimer. Yes. Yes, Emma Thomas, Charles Roman.
Oppenheimer has 13 nominations and has won 7 Oscars tonight for actor in a supporting role, film editing, cinematography, original score, actor in a leading role, directing, and best picture.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's our best picture
Yeah.
winner this year, guys.
There
Yes,
she
my
is.
friends. Yeah, Al Pacino.
The man you are, Al Pacino.
We didn't like the three of us. Me, Paige, and Millie watched the Oscars together, and none of us clued into when he was like, "My eyes see Oppenheimer." None of us noticed. None of us
it
realized,
was really
like,
just kind of like, oh, it was like no other nominees mentioned.
no
Little video. It was like,
Yeah.
hello.
Literally nothing. He was like, "And my eyes see Oppenheimer." Oh,
Is that a reference in Oppenheimer, My I See, or did he
No.
just
I
say
don't
that?
think so.
he's just Al Pacino. He just said
Okay.
that.
He's just Al Pacino.
He's just that guy, I guess.
Yeah.
He's just that guy.
He's just Al Pacino.
I mean, yeah, I personally don't think it was like a surprise that it won Best Picture.
No,
Yeah.
I think
We
It
were all
was-
kind of just waiting for this moment to come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 it could have been more theatrical though.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
okay, 'cause
definitely.
There was
like,
no
he's old.
build up either.
Yeah, no
'Cause
little video,
yeah.
no little.
Because normally I feel like they go like, and the Oscar goes to.
Yeah.
And they just like pause. But
Oh,
my eyes
his
see.
eyes.
His eyes see.
His eyes see it all.
His eyes
and
see.
everyone starts to clap. And everyone's like looking around, and then he looks down. He's like, "Yes, yes, Oppenheimer!" Like, guys, start to clap.
How many?
Like, yeah, it
How
starts
many
listening.
awards?
Seven.
Seven.
7 awards.
Dang.
One thing that I really liked when they did win is that like the spotlight for the speech kind of went to Christopher Nolan's wife.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I believe she was a producer on the film.
Yeah.
Like Christopher already had his speech for Best Director, and it was great, and it was good to see him have that moment. But like for her to have that, because I don't think people recognize how much of a force she is in a lot of his movies.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Right?
yeah,
Like she
100%.
puts a lot of work into it. So like her getting that time to talk was
Yeah.
like,
That was really sweet.
really nice. Good
Yeah.
appreciation.
Yeah.
For sure. That's what stood out to me from the speech. Like when I think about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have our reactions and opinions. We have
Yes.
us girlies, and we have Michael doing his reactions.
Yes, was not able to make it to the group
That's
watch
okay.
party,
And
but
just-
I was there.
and Jess was there in spirit.
I was
but-
there in spirit, and just know my reaction was very theatrical as well. All right.
We're loving the graphics for this year.
Maestro, written by Bradley Cooper and John.
Written by Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper can't write. Bradley Cooper can't write. Sorry. Bradley Cooper hater over here. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay, guys. Past lives are made December for the win, but I will be happy with Anatomy of a Fall too. Let's see what's going on. I like what they're doing. Like with showing the script on the screen, I really like that. Okay, let's see who's winning. Oh, Anatomy of a Fall took it. Okay. I have to give them props. That was a really good movie. So, not mad about the original screenplay win from them.
Naked John Cena.
Excuse me for a second. What's going on? You're supposed to run across the stage. I changed my mind. I don't want to do the streaker bit anymore.
Lily Gladstone, Lily Gladstone, Lily Gladstone, Lily Gladstone.
Best picture. He's 83, and he has a kid with a 29-year-old.
Wait. Oh, Oppenheimer. That was kind of anticlimactic.
Oh wait, it was Oppenheimer?
I said with my eyes I see Oppenheimer. And everyone's just like, wait, what? This is giving like
Okay.
13 nominations and has won 7 Oscars
Okay.
tonight.
Okay, this is a quick little update, but I love the little Steven Spielberg cutaways. Maybe it's because I love Steven Spielberg, or maybe it's because he's eating up every single one of them and he's so funny, but I love the little, like, Steven Spielberg cutaways. Overall, the Oscars were great, cannot complain. Great wins, great awards, a few shocks, in my opinion, that I'll get into later. But overall, it was a great ceremony, great person representing. Oppenheimer Best Picture, really can't complain. So yeah, great award show from me on my part.
Okay. So Oscars, guys, we're done.
Boo! It's the end. Boo! Boo!
Paige has a lot to say.
Boo! Get ready.
really interesting year. What do you think, Millie?
Yeah, you know what? Like, not all my predictions were right. There were definitely some surprises. Barbie won nothing. Or wait, no, it won the song. Billie Eilish won a song.
Yeah.
And as expected, Oppenheimer was a fan favorite for Best Picture.
Yep.
I mean, of course, we're gonna talk about that more, but yeah. I haven't seen it, so I can't.
No, like it was pretty smooth. You know, no technical difficulties, no beef.
The production of the whole Oscars itself was nice.
Yeah.
The set was beautiful.
It wasn't as offensive as a lot of other Oscars times.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part was when John Cena came out with no clothes and just wearing Birkenstocks.
That was the funniest bit. That was, seriously.
Yeah. We're gonna have a lot to talk about. I'm loving the graphics.
Oh my god.
I didn't realize how much I talk about naked Johnson.
Keeley.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh
I'm
my
really
It's okay,
God.
Keeley. We forgive you.
It was the
We all have
highlight
our
of my
moments.
night because he's so funny.
It's okay. It's better than me just being like, please win. And then it's
Yeah.
always like, I'm like, this person's gonna win. And then it's like
I know.
literally the exact opposite.
Oh. So it was a disappointing night for you, Michael?
Not really. I don't know. I feel like a lot of my predictions were correct. The ones that I wasn't right about, it was still like a pretty justified win.
Uh-huh.
Best actress, I go back and forth on that one, but we can get into that a bit later.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later.
Okay. You have your thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sweet.
so yeah, now we have our crew appreciation
Yes.
because we wanted to keep like kind of some of the structure.
Because the Oscars still got a crew.
they do still
They
got
still
a
got
crew.
one.
They have none other than the multicam crew.
Yeah.
Production broadcasting crew.
Multi-camera is not easy, guys.
And we
It's
haven't really had the
not.
chance to talk
Yeah.
about multi-camera on here
Oh,
because
yeah.
we've
Not at
only
all.
been talking about single camera productions, and I think that's why it's so cool that we were able to watch
Yeah.
the Oscars, and now we can
Yes.
talk about that.
Yeah.
We've begun our multi-cam journey.
We have as
and
students.
it's really difficult. But it's super
stressful.
but it's so
It's a
fun.
lot.
It's really rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can pay off, especially like with how well done the Oscars were.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people often forget that like someone directs the Oscars too.
Mhm,
Like
like
it's
the-
not just
yeah, the
about
Oscars got a
celebrating
director.
movies. It's about literally you have to put on a whole show, and you have a director, you have a producer, you have hundreds of crew members, you have tons of people doing promo for you, doing marketing. Like it's a huge thing.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
They literally start planning the next one as soon as the first
Yeah.
one's done. You know. And also, the multi-cam appreciation gives us the excuse
Yeah.
to bring in Mr. I'm Just Ken.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, shout out
Yes.
to, I think his name is pronounced Glenn Wise.
Yes.
He was the
Oh,
one
yes.
who directed the Oscars, and he's also directed multiple other multicam productions like the Tonys, New Year's Eve New York, the BET Awards. Is it just BET?
BET.
BET
Yeah.
Awards,
Yeah.
Country Music Awards. So he's an experienced man.
He is.
Yeah,
He knows
so-
what he's
Yes.
doing.
So we're gonna give you a little example of just how well the multi-cam
Yeah.
production went over.
I wish we could show like the actual intercom of them talking.
Yeah.
Because what you don't know when you're watching this is that there is a whole production crew behind the scenes. There's a director giving orders to the camera. There's a script reading stuff to the director. There's a
Yeah.
switcher
So
listening
many
to this.
people.
There's so many people,
much
and they're
going
all
on.
talking over this one intercom that audio has to manage and make sure it's good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you have to do like selective listening.
Yeah.
Plus, for this one, there would have been like a musical expert or director just to direct
Yeah.
this specific performance for the cameras, and would have been counting it by like beats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And seeing like I've seen this
bad.
this firsthand before. I had like a little meeting with someone who works with Canada's Got Talent, and the practice that it takes to get all of this stuff down, like
Oh yeah.
you'd be
It's a
surprised
lot.
how much practice you have to do for a live show. Like
It's a lot.
you have to be so prepared to be
Yeah.
like in a stressful situation. Anything could go wrong. Like they
Because
talked
it's one
about,
shot.
like they talked about. That's why John Cena came out about the streaker who came
Yeah.
on stage. I forget how many years ago that was, but you have to be prepared for any situation to arise
Yeah.
on a live show, or it's,
Yeah.
it's
Even though
over.
there's rehearsals.
oh there's vigorous
rehearsals,
rehearsals.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
let's take a
Here's
look.
I'm Just Ken.
Let's take a look.
I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I'd be told. Is it my destiny to live and die a life of love, fragility?
just can't. Where I see love, she sees a friend. What will it take for her to see the man behind the tent and fight for me? I'm just Ken.
Yeah, I'm just Ken.
There's
Yeah.
just Ken.
Oh my god.
Honestly,
And the Barbies.
And the Barbies.
Yeah.
And all
And
the
the Barbies.
choreography, guys. The choreography.
it was
And
too good.
I
Yeah.
love how,
was
Too
so
good.
fun.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
In the
I don't know,
suit,
like-
can we talk about his suit?
it was great.
Yeah.
gorgeous.
I was a big fan, guys. Let me put y'all on, okay? Ryan Gosling in the pink rhinestone suit. I was gagged. Personally, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was too good.
Honestly, it's
Too
probably one of the best Oscars performances
yeah.
I've seen
Oh,
in
yeah.
a while. Yes. Like, I've seen male pop stars deliver less than what Ryan Gosling did yesterday.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, you guys are lucky Ryan Gosling picked acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he
not,
would've
like,
eaten you
his
alive.
Disney
He
Channel
would have
teen
like led a
career.
boy band.
Oh,
so
yeah.
100%.
him and Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, he's.
They would have been like
He
this
is
guy.
insane.
I
for
was
sure.
like so. He was such a good live singer.
Yeah.
Like, he sounded
Yeah.
live and he sounded good.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
props to him.
Yeah, man. And
did
so
that.
the reason why we wanted to talk about this for our multicam crew appreciation is something that Millie actually brought up, which is that with the Oscars, they favored the at-home broadcast audience over the live audience. So you see like the cameras kind of like getting in between
Oh,
other people's
yeah.
fields of view.
Yeah.
And in a multicam situation, you often have to make that intentional decision to be like, do we want to make a great show for the people live?
Yeah.
For like conference situations, for like if you're watching a theater
Yeah.
situation,
Mm-hmm.
or if you want to, favor the people who are at home. And so we were talking about how it could be kind of distracting going to the Oscars and having to like watch all these camera people and
Oh, yeah.
when Billie Eilish sang "What Was I Made For," she was like, she had her
course.
back
Yeah.
to all of the
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
for like half
So
of
that
the
they
song.
could get a better shot for basically the viewers at home.
Yeah, so there's that.
And I think that something to kind of go along with that is the fact of like the Oscars is kind of I think it's a different situation because it is celebrities there. Like
Yeah.
it's not like they paid for tickets to be there. It's not like they're the general public.
Yeah.
But on, shows that are like, talent shows. So America's Got Talent, The Voice, American Idol, you see things like this happen. So
Yeah.
you have fans in that like audience who paid to be there and they're getting, skewed shots of
Yeah.
the performance. So I think that the Oscars is very, different because it is celebrities. It's not, general public. But I think, you could ask the question of like, which one is better? Is it better to favor the live audience or is it better to favor the people in person?
Yeah.
It all really depends on,
to figure
the
out.
way that you want to direct. And I think it's a very interesting question to ask.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
We love the multicam here. Props to the multicam crew,
Yes.
guys. This was great.
We love multicam.
Yeah. And then we're going to move on to our individual segments, which we will all try and keep short and sweet. I'm really just saying that for myself because I can yap.
I think we're all yappers.
I think we
here.
all can.
That's how
This is like the
Yeah.
list. Yeah.
So we've all just like individually chosen things to highlight about the Oscars that we're passionate about. I will go first. It is a very touchy subject for a lot of people in this room, which is Emma Stone.
Emma Stone!
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
No, that.
Emma Stone winning Best Actress. Because Lily Gladstone was absolutely robbed, and the Oscars absolutely should not have marketed it that way. But the reason why I want to talk about Emma Stone and her Best Actress speech is because I think she handled it with so much poise and
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
professionalism.
I have
Because
to agree.
you know for a fact that she did not expect that win whatsoever.
100%.
So I'm gonna show her like
Yes.
40 seconds of her speech because we love her.
Yeah.
Boy, my dress is broken. I think it happened during I'm Just Ken. I'm pretty sure. Oh boy, this is really overwhelming. Sorry, okay. My voice is also a little gone. Whatever. The women on the stage, you are all incredible, and the women in this category. Sandra, Annette, Carrie, Lily, I share this with you. I'm in awe of you, and it has been such an honor to do all of this together. I hope we get to keep doing more together.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah,
So lovely.
that was a really great
She also
speech.
has such good humor.
Yeah.
Like the beginning was so good.
I think she just has so much talent for being able to like pick herself back up. She was so emotional, and I think it's just so respectable that she was able to use those emotions and not worry about like, oh, is this speech turning out okay?
Yeah.
Or like, am I gonna embarrass myself? No, she was like, dude, my dress broke, sorry, and I'm crying now, and it's just so lovely, and she was able to pick herself back up, and then throughout the rest of her speech, she really like executed her speech perfectly. You could tell that she had rehearsed it, and she was really speaking from the heart, and she gave her respects to Lily, which is the sweetest thing, and you saw Lily like sitting there just being like, thank you, Emma. Just lovely, and we love Emma Stone. And actually, did you guys know that my mother was on that stage?
Really?
Because she hugged Emma Stone.
Hello?
Oh my gosh.
What?
She hugged Emma Stone.
What?
My mother, Jennifer Lawrence, guys.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my Jennifer Lawrence.
I thought we were
Yeah.
talking about Tia.
No.
No. Me as
Tia
well.
is mom.
You had us.
Jennifer
You
Lawrence's
had us
mother.
for a second.
Oh, okay.
I was
I mean, you're not
flabbergasted.
wrong. Tia?
You
was
got
there?
us,
Why
Keeley.
me? I thought you would have said that earlier.
No, guys.
I was wondering how this didn't get brought up in, our friendship. Over this,
No,
this
no.
time
What have you been
being
hiding
here. I was
from
like,
us?
hello?
No, I'm
Keeley.
talking about my girl J-Law, but Mom, you're pretty cool too, so. Yeah, so that's my segment.
All right.
You guys take it away.
Alrighty.
Thanks, Keeley.
So as usual, I was really all about the screenplay categories this year. What a shock. And both of them were great. We got American Fiction for adapted screenplay, which I was really rooting for. I feel like it was a really underrated. I mean, a few of the Best Picture nominees were a little bit underrated. I feel like American Fiction flew way under the radar despite the like acclaim that it got. It really was such an amazingly like smart and poignant script. I also really liked Cord Jefferson's acceptance speech, where he said that making this movie was a risk, but also making like a $200 million blockbuster is a risk.
Yeah.
And
Oh
wouldn't
my
it just
gosh,
wouldn't it just be better to make like 20 movies for $200 million than just one of them? And I thought that was really cute and great. Anatomy of a Fall for Best Original Screenplay. I was rooting for Past Lives and for May December, but I mean, I've seen Anatomy of a Fall. I can't deny it. That script was fire. The movie was insane. So honestly, I don't think there was any bad nominees in this category. I think everyone is really worthy of that. Again, the snubs. I can't be upset about Emma Stone and Lily Gladstone because Emma Stone did give a phenomenal performance in Poor Things. Poor Things was a great movie. What I do take issue in is the fact that the Oscars kind of set up the awards lineup. That Best Actress was like way, way, way towards the end instead of where it usually was. And they kind of set it up that like Lily Gladstone might be winning, which is why it was pushed back. And then it was like Emma Stone. And they've done this in the past with a few other, whenever minorities are nominated. And it's just kind of like,
A little disrespectful.
it's kind of weird. And it's like, and I feel like it also kind of sets up Emma to look like the villain, even though she didn't necessarily do anything.
They're definitely trying to like, I don't know.
Yeah,
the
and it's
production
like-
crew's trying to do some sort of show that doesn't really make sense.
And it's definitely really weird, especially because they've been really supportive of each other this entire awards season.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, great Oscars. I'm very happy with all of the picks. And I mean, Emma Stone was amazing in the movie. She was honestly
Yeah, she
like
was good.
She
such
always
a close
serves her
second.
roles. Yeah.
So honestly, like, I think it's just the way that the Oscars and the press kind of dealt with it that was just kind of weird in my opinion.
Yeah, of course. Good point.
Yeah, I think that's it from me today.
Sure. Okay, I guess we're over to me then. Thank you, Michael, for that awesome take. I think that's a really important point. My kind of highlight was honestly the beginning of the show. It kicked off so nicely when Davine Joy Randolph, I really hope I'm saying that right, won Best Supporting Actress. I mean, I think people were rooting for America Ferrera for her monologue from Barbie.
Oh, yeah.
But seeing Devine accept this award, like, she looked so deserving. She got it for her role in The Holdovers, and I think her acceptance speech is going to be one of those like Oscar speeches or award acceptance speeches that go down in history, because like, she brought all these celebrities to tears. She brought audience members to tears. All the articles are talking about it in the press today. People are tweeting about it. She spoke about like how she owes so much to her mom, and kind of just like finding herself, being herself, finding acting. It wasn't a complete surprise her winning, though, because she's kind of already swept the award season this year. She won a Golden Globe, a BAFTA award, Critics' Choice, Independent Spirit, and the Screen Actors Guild Awards. So she's on fire right now. I think what was really interesting about like her speech and what made it like so captivating was like this, she just felt so genuine. Like, she got up there, she was bawling, but she was prepared to give her speech. It was well thought out. It was well said. It wasn't like she wasn't pausing in between, because like she knew, like, you know, I've been doing really well. I might win it on the big night. Like, if I'm going to go up there, I'm going to say something important that is going to move people. And it also showed this kind of modesty that I think was also very compelling, because she was like, you know, I just pray to God that I can have this beautiful opportunity again. So it kind of showed this very nice comparison between like her achieving her dreams and getting all these big things, but like also how rare that is for a person to finally make their mark and like achieve almost everything they've ever wanted. So it was really special, I think, and like even if you hadn't seen her performance, like that in itself was really moving. She also gave a shout out to her publicist at the very end, and the question is, we don't know who her amazing publicist is, but apparently she's great. So if you know who her publicist is, let us know, because everyone else, the whole web is wondering.
Send a little anonymous tip our way.
Yes, everyone's wondering. So yeah, that was my highlight. I thought she deserved a little segment. So I'm gonna pass it over to Paige now.
Yeah. So let's get into the real heat that we need to talk about. Okay.
Paige is bringing it.
I'm about to bring the heat because I have a very passionate view of no Greta nomination and no Barbie awards. Yeah. So in my mind, like, Billie Eilish's song is, yes, part of Barbie, but it doesn't make Barbie. So I wouldn't consider that like a core award for the movie. But I do want to bring this up because Greta getting snubbed once again for a movie, you know, this happened with Lady Bird, this happened with Little Women. Like, this has happened to this woman too much.
Little Woman should have won an award.
Yes,
Little Woman was
thank you.
amazing.
No, best directing for Little Woman was kind of insane.
Lady Bird.
Yeah.
So this has happened too many times to this poor woman, and her movies are amazing. They are well received. They are beautiful. They show meaningful stories. Mm-hmm. And no awards.
No awards.
And, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Barbie, so here, this is my big view about it, right? I know it's not a Christopher Nolan movie. I know it's not best cinematography in the game. I know that it's, like, not this amazingly shot, like, cinematography, like, beautiful, like, I think that it holds a deeper power, though, in just, like, such a different way, and I think it's not recognized enough for that. Like, I have seen countless times since this movie came out in July, the, like, collection of women that this has brought together is insane. Oh, yeah. You have to think, like, when you went to the theater to watch this movie, we all wore pink, we all cried at that end scene. Man. For whatever reason you cried about. You cried and you felt moved, and you felt moved by the message. There was every possible person coming to see this movie, and it got so well received. And then award shows, it gets nothing.
Yeah,
like,
it didn't even get, like, set design.
And that was baffling because that set was beautiful. Yeah. Like, I know that some people online were saying, oh, well, the scene with, like, the traveling of, like, the vehicles, it looked so fake. I love that. Because it's supposed to. Yeah. You have to remember that these are Barbies. They are set in a fictional world. Like, that is what it's going to look like. Mm-hmm. And I think that it is just, it irks something inside of me because I feel like this movie would take swept every other social aspect of society, but apparently not the awards. And I don't understand how. I don't understand how those two don't correlate, because what's the Academy doing? Like, do they see they see what's going on? It just, there's only like so much I can say without, letting out an enraged side of me from this. But I think that Barbie was so much more deserving because
100%.
of the way that me and many other men and women, like men were watching this movie too and loved it. And I think that it did not get the, appreciation that it really truly deserved. And that was my biggest takeaway from the Oscars, because I can't see the girlies get this response ever again.
Well, I think a lot of people share that sentiment with you, so
Yeah.
I don't think you're alone out there.
I'm not, but
Not
it just
no.
it really
That was
hurts.
good. That was really well said.
really
Paige.
hurts.
Yeah, so thank you for
right.
saying what's on a lot of people's minds.
Very true.
Saying what we couldn't, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to my segment, and I decided to cover Best Original Song for mine. And, of course, Miss Eilish, she won with What Was I Made For? And I honestly think that was so deserving, because that song, like, I know so many people that had a connection to, and again, with just the overall, like, message of Barbie, like,
Very true.
I think it clicked really well. And I think what differentiated it from all the other songs that got nominated compared to that was, you can tell this was written from like her heart and personal experience, and it wasn't just written for a movie like the Becky G Hot Cheetos song.
Not Becky G.
Not
like,
the-
Bring Back Shower.
Bring Back
No, but
Shower.
that's her on Disney Channel.
That's a really interesting
Diane
point. Like,
Warren.
Yeah,
Man.
like she made a whole song for a movie about flaming Cheetos, which no tea, no shade to her.
Wait, what movie?
I love a
was
good flaming hot
It's
Cheeto.
from
It's-
Flamin' Hot.
Yeah,
It was about
Flamin'
how the
Hot.
hot Cheeto was made.
Like, and again, it was good, but like if it came out in 2014, it would have been a hit for sure. But
Bring
but-
back the hot Cheeto girls. Bring back that.
She looked good in the performance.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
the
Oh, yeah,
dress was
definitely.
gorgeous. She did
But
well.
compared to Billy's song, like, it was just outstanding. And I'm gonna upset a lot of people by saying this. I do not think I'm Just Ken should have been nominated for Best Original Song. Compared to Miss Dula Peep's Dance the Night Away.
Yeah.
Dance the Night Away should have been nominated. Because I'm Just Ken, that's a silly little song, and I understand why it was nominated. But compared to Dance the Night Away and
Dance the
even
Night-
Lizzo's like Pink, like, I honestly think those should have been nominated over I'm Just Ken.
Or like Angel by Pink Pantheress.
Oh my
I
God,
was
yeah.
thinking that
Oh.
all
Yeah.
the time.
I love
like-
Angel.
No, the
Probably my
soundtrack was
fave.
loaded
Yeah.
for Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, Ryan Gosling, he was amazing. He was show-stopping. Performance, pink rhinestone suit, he had it all.
You're right though. Dula Peep just has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It
when,
was a lot of ways
like
per year.
when you think Barbie, the
I
first
think of
song
the
you
dance
think
scene.
of. Yes,
I
you
think of the dance
Did you
scene.
guys ever think
Yes.
about dying?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's the
Exactly.
inciting incident of the movie, and it was
Yes.
perfect for
And you
it.
wanna-
Come on,
Guys,
Yes.
so what I'm hearing is I think that we need to become the Academy.
Oh,
is
for
that
sure,
what I'm
for
hearing?
sure.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Re-election, vote for the in theaters near you casting.
We are the
Yeah.
Academy.
As the-
We are the
as the
Academy.
Academy.
Let us cast a ballot. Let us
Yes,
cast
please.
a ballot.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Because
So,
we have some good opinions over here. Apparently, not like some of the Oscars.
oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Paige.
Paige.
That was
guys.
yeah.
I'm.
She's mad.
This wasn't my year.
She's mad.
Unfortunately, this was just not my year. You know.
First Bradley Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
Now-
Bradley Cooper,
Oh, yeah.
Al Pacino, like, just gets me good.
Okay, so moving on to our last segment today, we have our little Q&A section.
Instagram.
In theaters near you.
Okay, wait, let me
Go
pull it
follow
up.
it, guys.
Theaters
Go
near
follow
you.
us
Like
at In
the
Theaters Near You.
IG.
We haven't talked about this yet, but how lucky were we to get the at in theaters near
Oh my
you
God,
with no
yeah.
dots, no
Yes.
underscores,
Yes.
literally
There's nothing
nothing.
complicated about this
It
tag.
was
So if
meant
you're
to
not
be.
following the in theaters near you Instagram yet,
No excuses.
We are.
go do it right now because
Yeah.
it's like plain and simple name.
We love you more if you follow.
We should probably
Yeah.
speed
It's
run this,
proven.
Jess.
Yes.
Let's get it on.
I already have the questions I want to cover.
Okay.
So the first one
Start us off.
is from Miss Rachel, and she says Spider-Man definitely deserved it over
They summoned
the
Millie.
Huron
Oh,
movie.
Guys, you
Millie?
summoned her.
Millie?
You summoned her.
Millie?
Rachel, thank you so much for your question. Yeah, I agree. That's like, I was honestly watching the Oscars just waiting for that award. It was really early on in the show. And I was really just like, I was expecting Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse to come out of that announcer's mouth. But no. It was okay. Look, it was The Boy and the Heron. And that's a Studio Ghibli film. Studio Ghibli films are amazing. I love them. So as much as like I thought and I think everyone else thought that Across the Spider-Verse would win, I think it's kind of cool that The Boy and the Heron won. And a Studio Ghibli film hasn't won in, I think, 22 years.
Oh, wow.
So it's the second one to do that. So it's still in theaters, so maybe that's one we need to go see. But I personally agree, but I do need to see the Studio Ghibli film. I'm just biased because it's like one of my favorite movies.
She's a Spider-Man girly at heart.
She's a Marvel girl.
This was your Emma Stone, Lily Gladstone.
This is your moment. Right
Yeah,
here.
that
was your moment.
So,
This
yeah,
was your-
Michael knows how I
Barbie.
feel.
This was your best actress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
All right, so
Next
for our
question.
next question, it's from Emily. And she says, if animation was extended to other categories, would it get treated even worse than it already was?
Interesting.
I don't-
100%.
See, I feel like animation is one of the categories that like they always like glaze over,
They
if that
do.
makes sense.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because I feel like the Oscars are always about like best actress, like feature film, right? And they just kind of be like, okay, here's animation, one and done.
I mean, technically, an animated film can win. I was actually doing research.
Yeah.
They can win. I think Beauty of the Beast, when it came out,
Yeah, it was
the
nominated
original
for Best
was
Picture.
nominated.
Yeah.
The director has spoken many times about like how that felt, like not winning. But it's never won Best Picture. So I think like one thing that the animators are upset about is like that I think most people only see animated movies as like kid films, and the ones that even get nominated for Best Animated Feature are like targeted towards kids, when there's actually a lot of animated films out there for adults.
Yeah.
So that's one
Absolutely.
thing that they're like upset about. Just plug that in there.
Animation. Animation is
I love
more-
animated movies.
Animation is
Yeah.
more than just children's movies,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that point is being brought to by Soul and Elemental.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Some
100%.
crisp Disney movies that are
Yeah.
not.
Did those
just for
get
kids.
nominated?
Elemental. did.
Elemental did.
Elemental
they did.
was.
And did
Soul was
Soul
nominated
came
when it
out
came out,
also.
I
Did it
think.
win?
It won. Yeah, Soul
Oh, it
won.
did win.
Oh, it
Okay,
did.
okay.
Okay,
Yes.
fab.
Okay.
I thought
I
so.
did not see Elemental.
That's okay.
It's okay.
It
was
was a
cute.
great
It
movie.
was
You
really
definitely
cute.
should watch.
It was definitely better than I thought.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
It was cute.
All right.
So, can I take this next question away
Oh,
that
of
I got from the
course.
Instagram here? Let me
of
pull it up really
course.
quick. So,
You go, Paige.
I have a little opinion. That's why I'd like to share this question. So, how do you feel about Oppenheimer? Should they have won? So,
Best Picture?
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, here is kind of my look at it, because if you you have to think, when I'm looking at Best Picture, it has to have everything kind of encompassed into it. It has to be good script writing. It has to be good,
Right.
cinematography, characters, whatever. And I think that Oppenheimer did not check all the boxes that it needs to win Best Picture. Christopher Nolan, one of my favorite directors, did an amazing job. The look of it was beautiful. I loved the cinematography. It was real. It was raw. The actors did great. Cillian Murphy hit it hard.
Yeah.
But I think that my one problem is that the story, I don't think, was impactful enough
A lot of
compared to a
people-
lot
Yeah.
of other movies.
Yeah, a lot of people are apathetic about the story, and rightfully so.
Very so. And I think that doesn't take away from Christopher Nolan making a very good movie. He's a very good director, but I think that to get Best Picture, it needs to check all of those boxes. And I don't think
Yeah.
Oppenheimer did. I think that, cinematography and directing, yes, but I don't think that it checked all those boxes for Best Picture. I don't know who I would have put. Personal opinion. Michael probably has his view on this.
I don't know. I feel like Colors of the Flower Moon could have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
sneak. I feel like, yeah.
They
And that
didn't
was a
win
story that
anything,
needed
did
to be
they?
told.
Did Killers of the Flower Moon win anything? I don't even think so.
No.
Wow.
Again,
okay.
not a snub.
Yeah, that's
Not a
shocking.
snub.
Yeah, Martin Scorsese doesn't have a ton of Oscars. I think he's got like.
crazy.
That's
wild.
crazy.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
thanks.
I'm surprised.
But that story needed to be told. Like that
Oh,
was
yeah.
one that checked the box of story that was impactful.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think, Indigenous representation in media needs to be done more. It needs to be done correctly. It needs to be done more often. Like, this is something I'm very passionate about. Like, props to the performance of the Indigenous group that performed at the Oscars. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful performance.
Yeah.
And I think that this is very important. So we're gonna move on to the next question here because I'm, rambling a little bit, but we're gonna send it over.
All right. And this isn't really a question, but we've got many comments on John Cena's appearance, and I know we already talked
See, I
about
was
it.
on to something.
Keely actually talked
I
about
think
it already
Keely's
in that
actually-
clip.
Like
Keely,
5 times.
care to share with the class?
Care to share,
The best
really.
part of him being naked, but he wasn't actually naked. The best part was that he wore Birkenstocks with his dogs out. That was the best part.
No way.
He wore Birkenstocks.
Yeah.
He should have worn socks with the Birkenstocks. That would have been extra funny.
No way.
I think that would have made the look. I think it would have made it
yeah.
more
Yeah.
appropriate.
Oh yeah.
What are people saying about John Cena?
Let's pull it up.
What I read somewhere that I thought was really interesting was that he did it as like, what is it, for like the Costume Guild of America? Because
Yeah.
allegedly they might be striking soon.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, because
So
he did a shout out, like
Yeah.
saying how important costumes
well, he
are.
presented the costumes award.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I
So-
did not know that.
Yeah.
Love John Cena.
Yeah.
What's he saying?
Let's hope costumes don't
I'm saying
strike.
he
Let's
because
pay
I know
them
exactly
fairly.
who did questions
I don't-
about John Cena.
I don't think I could read these on air.
No.
So let's keep them.
Yeah,
Let's keep them to the secret.
Let's keep them in the
We'll
archives.
enter them in the DMs.
Let's
In the
keep
DMs.
these in the DMs. But it's just a lot of stuff about Barbie being robbed,
Yeah.
opinions on Oppenheimer. Like, yeah. You guys know the drill.
You
Like,
know how it goes.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of it.
yeah.
Do we have any other questions?
I don't believe so. They were all around the
There is one thing
Oh.
I do want to highlight here. Did we talk about this?
Billie Eilish EGOT.
Did we talk about the Billie Eilish EGOT?
Oh, that
she's very close to getting an EGOT.
Yes.
I think
What's
think
an
she
EGOT?
did make
Emmy,
history
Grammy,
last
Oscar,
night by
Tony.
being.
Oh.
She actually has 2 Oscars.
So-
at like
Does she?
20
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and she's
What are we
that's
doing with our
record
lives?
breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing with our lives?
We're hosting a radio
not-
show
She's only,
talking
like,
about
Talking
it.
about
She's
how
like
cool she is.
24?
Like
Yeah, she's only like a few years older than us.
Yeah.
And
She's
just
what,
an Oscar.
2002?
yeah. So
Oh,
all
she's not 24. She's
She's like
like
20.
21.
I think so.
she's 21.
Stop.
Hello.
She just
Here,
legally
let's
was
Google
able
search
to drink.
this right now.
Are you
Yes.
serious?
No
So guys,
way.
the news is all she has to do next is win a Tony Award, and she's going to be the youngest person ever
Yeah.
to win what is called an EGOT. So that
Yeah.
means they've won an Emmy,
She-
Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. So I'm rooting for this
Billie
for her.
Eilish musical?
She is born.
She would
Yes.
totally do it.
She was
Billie
born
Eilish.
December
Bad
18th,
guy.
2021, so she's 22 years old. Wow.
And what are we doing? And
Talking
what are-
about
and
her.
what are we
Guys,
doing?
we're not there
talking
yet.
about her.
We're not 22 yet, guys. We have a
Yeah,
few years.
but
We
do
have
you,
2
are
years.
you
time.
are y'all aware that she started making music at like 16?
Yes.
We're kind of late on the ball here,
Ocean
guys.
Eyes?
Oh shit.
You ever heard of Bellyache?
Guys, you're bringing out the Billie fan from me in like
Yeah.
elementary school.
Like,
this is wild.
No, she's absolutely insane. Again, what was I made for? That deserved to win. 'Cause you could
Deserving.
tell she wrote it from
Her
her
outfit
heart.
was gorgeous as well. Her
Yeah,
outfit was just pure gorgeous.
She's incredible.
Oh, that's what we also need to talk about. So back to kind of the looks. We have a couple minutes quickly, but
Yeah.
the looks with the straps that are up in the air.
Floating
yes, Emily
straps.
Blunt.
Floating straps
floating
seem to be
straps.
a new trend.
Millie was having an issue with that. I think.
Okay, I don't want to beef with Emily Blunt. Like, come on.
John Krasinski looked cute though. In his
Oh,
white
Yes, the white
definitely.
suit.
Let's talk
Yes.
about him. But yes,
Definitely.
Emily Blunt was wearing a dress that had like her straps were up above her shoulders. So they weren't actually
Oh.
touching her shoulders, and it looked like she was in like a doll outfit because when she would move, only her body would move and not the straps. It looked like she was a robot, like trying to do the robot dance. Yeah.
Just thought we should mention that because it was quite a heavy topic. And
Whoa.
I thought we should mention it.
Yeah.
Guys, guys, that's the outro music of Mr. Frank Sinatra.
As always, go watch things in theaters. Every movie nominated at the Oscars has to play in theaters to be
And the
nominated.
Oscars take place in the theater.
Exactly.
It's no coinky.
The Dolby Theater, guys.
Wait, that's true. They have to take place in the theaters to get nominated?
They gotta
I mean, that
play
makes sense.
They gotta play at least 1 week in a theater.
Okay. Well, you heard it here.
Yeah, guys. So go see your movies in theaters.
Crew, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you for having
with
us.
all of my heart.
We love being here.
We love you.
It's been real. Once again, it's Michael and I saying goodbye.
Yes, thanks
and
for
we will
coming.
see you next week.
We will
and
see
we're
you
gonna
next
have
time.
A great time.
We're gonna have a great movie to review.
Yeah.
And thanks for coming to the after party.
Thank you so much.
Adios,
Thanks,
everyone.
guys. Bye.
That doesn't sleep